Coming up in Centre Circle, instant success for Vassel Reynolds at Reynolds High. Harbour View putting pen to paper on one-year leisure wear contract. And it's archive time with Seba United against Arnett Gardens. Coach Vassel Reynolds is now being heralded in the West after leading Reynolds High to their 11th Da Costa Cup title. He is the second coach behind the pair of Emerson Diggy Henry and Anthony Follis Williams to do so at the Lucy-based school.
I want to use this medium though to first of all pay homage to one Diggy Henry and Follis Williams. Two people who would have done so much for Rossies, and I'm just elated that I'm in a position to continue that legacy. But my experience as a coach so far, I've always learning from coaches. I feel that there is always a lot to learn, and I just want to remain humble and continue putting the hard work.
Many people know Reynolds from his stint at Woolmer's Boys or his assistant role at Hydel with Jeffrey Maxwell, but he actually started coaching in the Da Costa Cup at Edwin Allen. I
started as an assistant to one Courtney Jackson. Originally my mentor from that time, way in the late 80s. That is where I would have started my craft as a young coach. I would have taken the Edwin Allen to their first Da Costa Cup semi-finals. My other achievement at the Da Costa Cup level was 2 years before the Garvey would have won the title. I would have taken that same team to the semi-finals, and I had a stint at Veer Technical. So my stint in the rural areas spanned from Edwin Allen, Veer Technical, and Garvey Masio. So when I made the decision to switch to the rural area, the media and the general public, they were questioning the decision leaving from Kingston to the rural area. But as I said to people, I was going back to my roots, and people trying to find out how I fit in so easy, and so it's nothing new to me. This is back to my roots, and I'm enjoying it.
Reynolds won the Walker Cup at Woolmer's in 2015 and the Super Cup in 2016 before his triumph at Reynolds this year.
Different culture at both institutions, different culture, different tradition. I want us to respect that in terms of a school's tradition and culture. But I would have gotten the praise and respect from a lot of Woolmerians. I think I would have played my part in the continuing development of their program. Here I'm totally in charge of the football program, and the management staff are there to facilitate what I put to the table. So yes, culturally it's different in terms of the approach to the program. I see coaching as teaching, and I see teaching coaching. I think both overlaps, and I think it makes a difference. I teach some of these players, so it makes a difference. And I think to a lot of extent, I would bring over my teaching, the teaching aspect to the football field, and sometimes I bring, and vice versa. It makes a difference. The time that you spend with the youngsters, I would have spent time in the classroom, I spend time on the field with them. So it makes a difference in terms of building that chemistry.
Despite winning in his first season at Reynolds, Reynolds says the transition wasn't easy.
It was kind of difficult in terms of inculcating our philosophy, both myself and Coach Ambersley. Taking into consideration there are a number of players that this year would have been their third or fourth season, and and certain characteristics they would have developed. So it was a little bit challenging. But one of the things that we focused on was get them to understand that no matter who the coach is, you need to learn the game. So we try to coach that way. We try to coach in a particular way. That's if it's Coach Reynolds or Coach Brown or Coach Ambersley or Coach Henry, it's still football, and so they need to learn to play football. So that was one of the approach, and I thought that they buy into that.
Not many are in favor of Reynolds' coaching style, but he says it's all about what's needed to win.
Our approach has always been to get the team prepared in a mindset to get the desired result. Not necessarily the team that attack more or defend well, but to get the desired result. And so every game for us is different. We'll sit down and plan, so the team will turn out a different way for different games, basically, because the focus has always been to get the desired result.
With his instant success at Reynolds, There'll be many takers at the club level, but Reynolds is not looking in that direction right now.
I'm not too certain now, but at the moment I want to focus on starting and continue what I started at Rossi's. But yeah, I'll think about it, but not to the extent where it's going to take the time away from what I want to build here at Rossi's. This is a platform in terms of winning the cup this year. We want Rossi's to continue and to be a powerhouse in schoolboy football, even if you're not winning titles. But I want every season they're supposed to be competing for titles.
What we pretty much would have as an offer in terms of his coming as a teacher and being here, living quarters, that sort of thing would have appealed to him. Plus, Rossi's has a history. So I think that we both will be helping each other and are helping each other. So he has a history of being a really good tactical coach, a good coach. I wanted a coach who is a teacher, as I said, and I wanted a good coach. And we spoke, and what I said was something that he accepted, and he's here, and as I said, the rest is history. What I see with this coach is his capacity to get people to work with him. I pretty much have just given him free rein because I trust how he does things, the way he organizes things, the way he does what he's supposed to do. So it was not a difficult thing working with him, because once I was convinced that he understood that he would strategize, he could plan well, I pretty much just left things up to him and just supported it from behind the scenes.
Aaron Lawrence, past student, did well over the 3 years. The best wasn't good enough.
Well, he had a 3-year contract, and we had certain targets that we had put in. And as you know, contracts, if it's not met, then that's how it is. This coach has a contract too. We have targets. And it may be an unfortunate way, but it's the way of the world now, and that's how we just do it and we move on. But as far as I know, there's no animosity. One of the things that Aaron Lawrence did is that in terms of our guys getting scholarships and moving on, that's one of the things that he has done, which is something I applaud him tremendously for. But at the end of the day, how we know coaching, a school that has a history of winning wants to win, and people are going to have a demand for that. I don't want to be pompous or anything, in the spirit of the humility that I think these guys have really demonstrated. But I believe that when you choose the right people, the results will come. I think in Emerson Henry, Rossi's had the right person over the many years. We had a transition period. Lawrence was right for many people, more people going for scholarships, because that has to be a part of the whole thing. I think that Mr. Reynolds actually conflates those two kind of things, where you have the Henry and the tactical skills, along with the love and care that Lawrence had for them, working now the favour of the youth. So I'm looking forward to good things over the next few years. It may be the most difficult school to be a principal and a coach for, given the fact that they have a proud history of excellent performance in football. And the amount of planning it takes, and almost everything you do, it's not right for fans. Almost everything you do, it may be not right for some of the people in the school community, because they are used to winning. And the work that goes behind winning, I don't think many people understand it. And what mattered to me was getting a coach. That as a principal, I never had to concentrate too much on football, because I want to really concentrate on running the school. What I wanted to do was to support him in his quest to do what was necessary to win. You talk about ingredients for success. You could see the difference in how the boys responded to Mr. Reynolds, because Mr. Reynolds has a balance, and no disrespect to anybody else, but he clearly has a balance between the academics and the student work going. And you speak about what makes this victory special. You looked at a team that in the beginning, although they said they were under 16 champions, one of the things that you really, really want to look at is the fact that they really weren't what people expected to be in the beginning. There might be many persons out there saying the support. We get support from persons that we appreciate, yes. But where the support for Rossi's football come from is from the fans, We really make good money at the gates. Because as you would have seen at Jarrett Park was full. There's no other team, and I stand corrected, there's no other team that can get Catherine Hall to be as full as it was. Saturday night. Rossi's does that. So you imagine our own games that we have down here. So those things assist us in financing the thing, and that is why for me, I have significant respect for the people of Hanover, the fans. They demand a whole lot of us, and I think you'd have heard the coach dedicating victories to them, because really and truly they support. There's a fruit man who he supplies the team with fruits. I don't tell many people that. He hardly wants people to know. He will just go and ask the coach how the fruit. But when I got a call regarding fruits, he was the person I called. Just a simple man who many people would say have nothing but a good heart and a passion for the thing. And he does his thing. There are many people who sometimes assist the guys to come to school.
Well, to be honest, Mr. Vassel Reynolds, my coach, I believe that he's a genius, because all instruction that he gave to us, we follow and we be successful. So I really believe that he's a genius, because from day one he's here, he's saying to us, we will make it. And he always saying that water is under the bridge, so he's always saying that there is hopes. And we did it with him because we know that he's a genius. I know that he's a genius. I crown him as a genius. And also Mr. Ambrosely, he's one of the next genius too. He helped us a lot.
Next up for Reynolds and Rossi's are Jamaica College, who they'll face in the Olivier Shield on Saturday at the National Stadium.
Very difficult team to beat. One thing they will never change is their system and their philosophy of play under Miguel Coley, who has done a marvelous job over the past 5-6 seasons. But we are confident in our abilities as usual to give a good performance, and once we give a good performance come Saturday, I'm certain that we can compete well, and hopefully that performance will give us a positive result at the end of the day.
Still to come, the Stars of the East, boosted by Fitness for Life, and we take you back to Premier League days at Jarrett Park.